Hurricanes, ice storms, wildfires, those are just a few types of natural disasters that can wreak havoc on our power grid, and sometimes outages last for days. I'm Tisha Powell.
And I'm Lee Zurich. In an emergency, power matters. Experts say generators can provide a critical backup energy supply to keep essentials running, such as a refrigerator or medical equipment.
But if they're not used properly, there could be deadly consequences. The Environmental Protection Agency reports each year hundreds of people die and thousands more get sick from the gas that generators produce, carbon monoxide. It can quickly build up and linger for hours, and because it's impossible to see or smell, CO can kill you before you even know it's in your home.
In June of 2025, the federal government issued a safety warning saying if you own a stationary generator, it needs to be at least 25 feet from your home. The urgent recommendation follows a years-long study into carbon monoxide poisoning in southeast Louisiana.
Reporter Meg Gatto takes an in-depth look at the results and how a change in guidelines could help save lives.
For the first time, we're learning the full scope of a deadly threat from stationary generators in southeast Louisiana. A new federal report says carbon monoxide seeped into 105 homes in the days after Hurricane Ida in 2021, when much of the region was without power.
We almost lost our entire immediate family, and we didn't even know it could happen.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, studied the carbon monoxide issue for 4 years. It says the gas caused more than a dozen people to get sick after Ida. The report found people in 12 of the 105 homes experienced symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning. In one of those homes, 9 people inside got sick.
You know, you could wipe out generations in one quick breath. They call it the silent killer, and it really is. We had no idea.
Lynn Moore and her daughter Michelle were in one of the homes where carbon monoxide from a stationary generator got inside.
And about 2:30 Wednesday morning, the carbon monoxide detector just starts screaming, "Carbon monoxide detected."
The Consumer Product Safety Commission's new 32-page report, compiled with data obtained from Southeast Louisiana fire departments, says addressing the carbon monoxide generator problem is urgently needed. It recommends people move their generators at least 25 feet from their homes, so carbon monoxide can't get inside via windows or soffits. The report even includes photos of homes and the placement of generators, showing exactly how the gas, known as the silent killer, got inside.
They looked into it, and thankfully they did. And they came out with some good information and figuring that there was a problem that was happening in Louisiana, and one that could probably happen across the country.
The Louisiana State Fire Marshal's office helped bring the issue to the attention of the federal agency.
We were receiving reports of carbon monoxide detectors going off and people becoming ill, and so we realized there was an issue, and so we looked into it, and then we reported that to the Consumer Product Safety Commission and let them know that we believe there was an issue here.
According to the report, CPSC investigators also saw our combating carbon stories on the problem. You can see they're named here in the report.
When we get a report of a potential injury or a potential for an injury to a consumer, that's where we step in.
The agency also contacted the people we interviewed in our stories, like Lynn Moore.
I asked them point blank, like, what are you going to do about this? We've had bills passed, we've had codes passed, we've had news releases, attorneys, what are you going to do? And she said, we are the federal government. We can make changes.
Currently, the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, recommends stationary generators be installed 5 feet from a home. These are voluntary codes, but many municipalities, including Jefferson and St. Tammany parishes, use them as guidance for their own requirements. But in light of the CPSC report and what happened in southeast Louisiana after Ida, that 5-foot distance may soon change.
They are in the process of looking at the CPSC recommendations.
NFPA engineer Val Ziavras says a technical committee made up of outside experts is debating if the 5-foot code should change and call for generators to be moved further away from homes.
It's one of the hazards that we're becoming a lot more aware of.
Ken Pastrick with the State Fire Marshal's Office thinks cities across the country are closely looking at this CPSC report.
It's something I know that's probably circulating around the country. Folks are looking at and considering it. Any place where you've got power outages, that's something that needs to be looked at.
In addition to moving generators 25 feet from homes, the CPSC report also suggests generators be made with engines that have substantially reduced carbon monoxide emission rates. The report says it should never be assumed that carbon monoxide from a stationary generator cannot infiltrate the home. A warning that some in Southeast Louisiana say they now heed because of their first-hand knowledge with the silent killer.
We could have all died from something that we didn't even realize could happen.
The Louisiana State Fire Marshal's Office says it's imperative to have working carbon monoxide detectors in your home, especially if you have a stationary generator. In fact, our investigation helped change state law requiring that every home bought or sold in Louisiana has one. Our stories and the law change were also mentioned in the Consumer Product Safety Commission report. In New Orleans, I'm Meg Gatto.
The National Fire Protection Association says its recommendations could take more than a year to be finalized. Then it's up to each municipality across the country to decide if it wants to adopt the changes.